And hello there folks, this is your Uncle Troy. Today we're playing with the green screen effect. I had planned to do some actual serious green screening, but the sun was too bright and coming from the wrong direction from where I wanted to set up, and there was too much wind to get the sound recorded, which is why I'm recording this after the fact. So I decided just to play around a bit. So I have this big roll of really cheap green fabric. I picked it up for like $1 a yard and duct taped it to some PVC pipe. And this is the effect you get when you just overlay some text onto it. But if you actually take a picture of the background and overlay that, it makes a really good Harry Potter invisibility cloak effect. In fact, this turned out much nicer than I thought it was. I may just use this for my next Halloween prank or something. Just drape that over me, film me walking across the screen, and try to pass it off as a ghost effect or something. This cost me like $3. The cheap fabric, an old piece of PVC pipe, and some duct tape. Now this, on the other hand, cost me $60-something. This is a professional 5-foot by 7-foot green screen. As you can see, well actually it's blue on one side, as you can see, and then it is green on the other side. Ta-da! And while it does unfold, I find that you can actually have a bit of fun with it just like it is. You can tell that my chroma key replacement is not perfect because you can see part of the backdrop there in my shirt and whatnot. But the real fun happens when you unfold it and smack yourself in the face with it, like I did just then. The good thing about this thing is that it stretches out and takes care of most of the wrinkles and whatnot and gives you a nice flat, even surface, unlike the roll-up cheap fabric that I bought, which tends to bunch up and wrinkle and whatnot. And I think I set up this screen a little low for this shot. Kind of had to cut off the top of my head there. But I used to see this effect a lot in old movies and kids shows where somebody'd be like just jogging in place and you could see the background going behind them, and I always wondered how they did that, and now I know it's something very similar to this. Let's try again, this time setting the screen up a little higher, or maybe not as it keeps falling down. And you can see that the fabric lets some light through. I got the sun shining on the back of the fabric, and it's really affecting the quality of my chroma key replacement there. But still, it's kind of fun, especially when that happens. Now, this particular green screen also comes with a blue screen on the back. In case your talent, that's the person standing in front of the camera, is wearing a lot of blue. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of contrast between the blue and the rest of this picture, so I had trouble getting the chroma keying to work at all. The just kept bleeding out, so you end up with kind of a ghost effect, which may or may not be what you're looking for. The video behind, by the way, is from my attempt to rap, just to prove to people that I was not a musician. I am still getting musicians wanting to add me as contacts on YouTube or asking me to sing with them. So I think some people are just a little bit crazy. Speaking of crazy, here is how you fold up one of these green screens. Or rather, how you attempt to fold up one of these green screens. I have seen several videos, I've watched, I've practiced, I've watched, I've researched, and no matter what I try, I always end up just having to kind of wrestle with it for a while until it just finally magically pops into place, and it's like, oh, that was easy, I'll have to remember that next time, and then 10 minutes later, I have forgotten it. And I really wish I had some good public domain, free to use, Creative Commons, Benny Hill type music. And then I would just speed this up and go round and round with it. But all I can do is kind of fold it into shapes that vaguely resemble things that we shouldn't discuss in public. And that should come around like that. No, maybe not. And the funny thing is, the whole time you're doing this, you think, all right, I'm almost there. Just one more fold and I'll have it. And you never think, I'm doing this wrong. You never think, I've made some fundamental error. It's always, I'm just one fold away from getting this perfect. And of course, time and time again, you have to just give up, let it unfold back out flat, and try again. This time we're going to try from a corner. We're going to try to turn it into a taco shell shaped, or a hyperbolic toroid, I think it's called. And then suddenly, whap, there it is in place. Ta-da, we've done it. Try to smooth it out here, even it out, give it a little shake, even though shaking doesn't do anything. And I've just did it, right? And in theory, I could fold it out and fold it back up the same way I just did, but that never happens. Every time it's just a whole new experiment. And of course, I still haven't figured out how to get it into the bag properly. Tuck it under your chin and treat it like a pillow going into a pillowcase doesn't work because my arms aren't long enough. So we'll try again from the top this time. Maybe, yeah, there we go. I think we've about got it. Now the funny thing is, this thing's got a big zipper over about half of it. If you don't get it in there just right, if you try to force it, you will strip that zipper out. I've not done it myself, but I've seen a video where somebody else did it. Just kind of blow that zipper out, and then you don't have a carrying case for it anymore. But I've discovered, as always with any project I do, I spend more time setting up and then taking everything down than I do actually playing with the green screen effect or whatever I'm doing. Because folding this thing up sometimes takes me a half hour. I'm sure I'll get better with more practice. There we go. Alrighty. So that is a much more professional thing. It's, you know, high quality. It's easy carrying case, but my little $3 Walmart solution there seems much better. Well, this is Uncle Troy signing out apparently. Let's have a good night all.